The Kansas City Chiefs and Indianapolis Colts. And Greg, this is a Andrew Luck special. He needs to play at a top level to beat a good Chiefs team in his building. And we've seen he's been up to the task. He's playing very well again this year.
He's playing fantastic, but when your number 2 receiver is Jack Doyle and your number 3 is Eric Swope, you guys did a good job, Wes especially pointing it out on the podcast. That's an Andrew Luck game. You can do that against the Titans. I don't think you can do that against the Chiefs. The Chiefs, to me, are a complete team. They're coming together on both sides of the ball, and they're gonna. If the Colts win this game, they'll have to play their best game of the season. I have really not seen one particularly good game out of the Colts. If you can tell me what that game is, let me know.
Well, he doesn't have to do it by himself anymore. I know that's the narrative, but Philip Dorsett is practicing fully on Thursday. Dante Moncrief is tentatively expected to come back and play
huge.
this week.
Absolutely.
Those two are huge. Jack Doyle is playing well. He's more than just some, role player that everybody can make fun of.
Fantasy flyer.
Jack Doyle is playing well. And their defense, their secondary, finally has healthy bodies and played a good game against the Titans last week.
What about if you're the Chiefs before the trade deadline comes and goes, you leave Jamal Charles with the Colts before this game ends? You don't need Jamal Charles right now. He came in last week, and I think you talked about it on Sunday night. Why did he come in? He played a couple snaps. Spencer Ware is, he's got 35% of your ground yardage, your total offense in Kansas City. He's been a total workhorse for him. Why are you trying to shove Jamal Charles back into the picture at this point?
I don't know if he's going to have a real role in this offense, but one thing I think I do know is that Ryan Grixon's probably out of the business of surrendering high draft picks for somebody else's number one.
Are we saying that he's a GM that doesn't continue to make the same mistakes over again? Because I think he is. And one issue with this team is they're just not, we say this every week, it is not just an Andrew Luck-based team, and they can win the South because they have probably the best player in the AFC South in Andrew Luck. But come on, where is this team going?
Right. The Chiefs are a tough team to defend. This is Andy Reid's dream right now, that they have so many options on offense. They've only thrown 22 and 24 passes the last 2 weeks, yet 10 different players have been targeted in each one of those games. No one is getting more than 5 targets a week. It hasn't happened in weeks for that team. So that's terrible if you own Travis Kelce or Jeremy Maclin, but they're spreading it around. It's tough to guard these guys. Tyreek Hill now, as a receiver, is one of the most exciting young players in the league.
Let's calm down.
What?
You keep trying to sell us Tyreek Hill. He averages like 2 offensive touches per week.
He's not an offensive guy, but he is so good as a returner. The Saints absolutely changed their entire strategy to avoid him as a returner, helped out the Chiefs' field position so that they're kicking it short all the time. Like he's a difference maker.
I think the Chiefs, like last year, are starting to become who they are, and they're generating turnovers as well. And they're a team that needs to win the turnover battle to get a winning record basically at all.
One last note: this is according to the NFL media research notes. I like this first meeting between these teams since one of the great playoff games of the last 10 years or so, 45-44 win for the Colts, where Andrew Luck, he was a star before that, but he became a superstar that day.